Hello, everyone. My name is Shawn McKee. I'm the Vitality MD, and I'm absolutely passionate about helping motivated doers flip the switch on their vitality genes so they can feel better, do more, and become the absolute best versions of themselves. So tonight, I'm going to be talking to you about that, flipping the switch on your vitality genes, otherwise known as biohacking your body. Bio means refers to biology, and hacking implies optimizing the function or use of something. So to biohack is optimizing your own cellular biology, or to take control of a complex system, namely your own biology, in order to achieve a desired outcome, which is optimal vitality, the ability to respond and heal and just become the absolute best version of yourself. So we're going to do that through a process called nutrigenomics. And what that means is using the food that we eat, or the nutrition that we put into our bodies, as a signal to impact gene expression. So nutrigenomics is a scientific study of the interaction of nutrition and your genes, or their expression thereof. So one of the things that we're going to try to optimize is our body's level of oxidative stress. So we can think of oxidative stress as our internal rusting, or if we were an apple and we were cut in half, you would notice that we would turn brown. Well, guess what? Our cells are exposed to the same oxygen that turns an apple brown and rusts metal. And it is a byproduct of the food that we eat and the air that we breathe. And it does give us life, and it allows us to produce energy, but it causes this increasing problem with age, and that is we start to make fewer and fewer of the good guys, or the enzymes and proteins that can deal with those free radicals. All right, so traditionally, we've dealt with free radicals by consuming direct antioxidants, such as vitamin E, vitamin C, and fruits and vegetables. Fruits and vegetables are absolutely wonderful, and we should eat them every day because they make us who we are. We are what we eat, and our nutrition becomes us. So those vitamins and minerals that are found in fruits and vegetables actually are incorporated into our cells. But when you're talking about using these antioxidants to put out the quote unquote fire that is free radical damage, they do so on a one-to-one basis. One antioxidant molecule puts out one free radical, and then you pee it out. So you may have noticed if you take high doses of antioxidant vitamins that your urine becomes a beautiful fluorescent yellow, and that's because your body can only incorporate so much. You can digest them, and then if there's an excess, you basically flush them out. Versus your own God-given enzymes, which are millions of times more powerful, and enzymes such as catalase and glutathione and SOD. That an SOD molecule neutralizes 1 million free radicals versus just one and done. So back in 2005, ABC Primetime actually did not believe the claims that the company was making at the time, which was taking a specific blend of 5 herbs could reduce that oxidative stress we were just talking about by an average of 40% in 30 days. So John Quinones, an Emmy Award-winning investigative journalist, comes out and he volunteers to test it out. So the company was glad to take his blood. And did he come back in 30 days? Nope. He's an investigative journalist. He came back in 12 days, and his oxidative stress had come down by 45%, which was unheard of. And it still hasn't been repeated today by anybody else. But this caught the attention of multiple universities who initiated and funded their own research on this activator, this blend of 5 herbs, and those studies have been published. There are 26 of those available today if you go to pubmed.gov. 31 peer-reviewed publications total, but some of them are presentations at scientific meetings, and so you won't find them on PubMed. So what is this blend of 5 herbs? It is Protandim Nrf2 Synergizer. It is a blend of 5 herbs that you've been taking or heard of for centuries, or people have been taking for centuries, and you probably have heard of things like turmeric and milk thistle and green tea, and 2 others that I had not heard of prior to this is Bacopa and Ashwagandha. But these are all herbs that have been used in ancient Ayurvedic and Chinese medicine for centuries. And this particular blend has a multitude of patents, 7 US patents and 6 international patents, and it is the only product that has been clinically proven to reduce oxidative stress by an average of 40% in 30 days in humans. It is also the only non-drug that has been studied by the NIA, the National Institute on Aging, which is part of the National Institutes of Health, to extend healthy lifespan in a mammal. It was reviewed, not our product, but in particular just the pathway NRF2, which is a cellular signaling or a transcription factor in all of our cells, that was discovered in 1999. And in 2015, Drs. Martin Pall and Stephen Levine did a review of all of the literature on the NRF2 pathway. They did mention our product by name in the study or in the review, and their conclusion was NRF2 may well become the most extraordinary therapeutic and most extraordinary preventive breakthrough in the history of medicine. That is a pretty big deal. It is a very big deal to reduce oxidative stress, but what actually causes oxidative stress is the actual production of energy. And where does this occur? It occurs in our mitochondria. You remember from high school biology, mitochondria are the powerhouse of the cell. They take the oxygen we breathe and the food we eat and they turn it into ATP, which is wonderful, but they are a little factory, and as such, factories produce pollution. They produce energy, and they produce pollution, and those mitochondria are directly adjacent to where the energy and those pollutants are produced, and therefore they can be damaged by the free radicals, and they are. Once mitochondria are damaged to a certain degree, they actually self-destruct, and now our beautiful cells are trying to do the same amount of work or more with fewer mitochondria and less energy. No wonder we get tired as we get older. So one of the pathways, in addition to our NRF2 pathway we have in our body, is called NRF1, and that stands for Nuclear Respiratory Factor 1. That is the overseer of mitochondrial biogenesis, and this is again a blend of 5 natural compounds that synergistically activates this NRF1 protein, which induces mitochondrial biogenesis. So now you can regain that wonderful healthy number of mitochondria that are healthy and doing those cellular energetic functions like thinking, digesting, contracting as in muscle and heart, and even detoxifying. So when you combine those two activators of those two pathways with our liquid brain food, Axio, great things happen to the structure and function of your brain. And this is just an example of what happens with NRF2 combined with Axio with a writing sample. You can see the writing is more neat, it is more organized, there are fewer mistakes, and that's because the brain is working better. The brain, being 70% fat of the solid portion of it, is very susceptible to oxidative stress. When you reduce oxidative stress, the brain functions better. Again, there's a better look at the definite difference and improvement in handwriting and cognition with the brain. And here's another example of using the NRF1 activator, the NRF2 activator, and Axio in terms of, oops, I left off an N, the brain's activity. You can see the red areas are areas of abnormal activity or outside of the norm, the mean, the normalized standard. And after, I think it was 2 weeks of activation, the brain is now within normal limits in terms of activation. So here's the latest addition to the pathway activators or synergizers, and that is NAD. NAD is a molecule that is vitally important for life. It is used in the production of ATP. Without NAD, we would be dead in about 30 seconds. It is also the fuel for a family of proteins in our body called sirtuins. And this is another protein that becomes less and less active as we get older. And NAD synergizer will increase the production of NAD and increase sirtuin activity by 100% in just 24 hours. And it does so in a much more elegant and effective way than just stacking a bunch of precursors in your diet, because that will actually tax your methylation and actually is a very inefficient way to increase NAD. It only increases it by 2% in 24 hours. So the three together are like a 1-2-3 punch for cellular repair, anti-aging, and just optimal health. The NRF2 synergizer cleans up the damaged cells and oxidation. It reduces that, and it also helps with detoxification. NRF1 is going to give you cellular energy, and the NAD is really the cellular powerhouse. It helps promote the sirtuin proteins. It feeds the sirtuin proteins, and those are the executive officers of the cell. And they tell what all these enzymes that are great and produced with NRF2, where to go, what to do, and how to do it. So those three are the best activators for vitality, and I take them every day. And when you combine them, they're actually synergistically more powerful together. You can see the target genes down below. The NRF2 protein activates varies genes by 40 and 51%, but when combined in the stack, it's 78% and 848%. So that's a 1,563% difference improvement when and synergistically together. Again, the NRF1 genes are improved 65% and 71% with NRF1 alone, and 90% and 120% with the stack together. And NAD, the NAD target genes for NAD synthesis and recycling are increased 12% with the NAD synergizer by itself, and 1,792% more when stacked together. So this is amazing. This is what I'm talking about with flipping your switches for vitality. What if you could feel like you were meant to feel? What if you slept better? What if you could sleep better? What if you could have more mental clarity, have better focus, have fewer crashes throughout the day, and just have consistent, amazing, focused energy all day? Well, you can. Here's an example of what activation does for a different mammal. This is a pony before he activated his activation pathways were activated by his loving owner. Just kind of looked down and out and a little bit low on energy, and about 20 days later he looks like $1 million. We also have NRF2 activation for our largest skin. It complements the inner activation of your cells, which will happen when you activate from the inside out because your skin has capillaries that feed it, but it also is exposed to oxidative stress and damaging things like radiation, sun, chemicals, fumes, pollution, etc. from the outside. So this is an outside-in complement to the inside-out approach. So get ready for the complements, and this is what I'm talking about. This is 60 days utilizing the whole NRF2 system for your skin. This is another lady that is a good friend of mine. She is 3 years older, but her face looks about, I don't know, 10 years younger. This is what using the eye serum will do in just, I think that was 60 days. And this lady this is another 60-day definite improvement. She was scheduled to have some of this loose skin removed from her eyelids, and she actually canceled her surgery. And this is called the marionette line, and you can see it is half as long and about a third as deep. I was blown away by these results. This is a gentleman who's crazy enough to just apply this on one side of his face only, and you can see a huge difference at 23 days and a massive difference at 54 days. So we also have NRF2 for the scalp. And when you have a healthy scalp, your hair has a thicker appearance. The scalp is just activated, and we all know what activation can do for the skin and for the scalp, and you can see what it does for hair as well. There's more examples. This is Josephine. Her part was larger than she would have liked. At the beginning, this is about 30 days, and this is about 7 months later. She is absolutely in love with her hair now, and this is a great example of what NRF2 activation can do in real time. So that is pretty awesome. We also have an amazing weight management line that starts with a focus on a healthy gut. The prebiotic feeds your beneficial gut bacteria. You combine that with our amazing probio, and you're going to have a healthy gut microbiome, which helps you prevent insulin sensitivity and or insulin resistance. And also helps you generate a ton of things that good gut microbiome will do. We also have a fat burn and a protein that is absolutely delicious. And these products really do work. This lady has worked out her whole life and eaten well, but just 1 month of, you know, really targeting the gut health and abdominal fat made a big difference. This is her husband, same thing, had an amazing result. And these are some other people that have really biohacked their abdominal fat and just look and feel amazing. And some of them have tried everything else, and these products just absolutely blow us away. So I just gonna end the presentation there. Mainly I want you to learn about activation. If you want to know about all of the other amazing products for the gut, for the skin, for the hair, for your weight management, just get back with the person that invited you to this presentation. And just wanted to say that I am all about living your best life, and I hope that you stay healthy. And if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me or the person that shared this with you. All right, take care. Bye-bye.